Welcome back, everybody, to For the Sake of the Parlay. Today is April 24th, 2026, and we have a special Freaky Friday episode for y'all, and we're going to review yesterday's parlay of the day with the alternate line suggestions and give you today's parlay of the day with some alternate line suggestions. So let's get right into it. And before we get into today's video, let me tell you why you should subscribe. We are PPCs here, and PPCs are professional parlay creators. This is my full-time job. I create these parlays for a living. If these parlays don't go green, I don't eat. Next, this channel is a collaborative channel consisting of two people. We are lucky to have two PPCs on this channel, in the architect and the voice. Obviously, I am the voice, but the architect is really the one doing a lot of the planning, designing, and managing throughout the parlay making process. Without the architect, there would be no channel or none of these parlays. Lastly, we are giving you free daily content and picks with receipts. This is our 18th day in a row posting parlays with reviews. We are finally legal, y'all. And our 18th episode will be a good one, just like all of them. We're showing you our actual betting slips and the results from the previous day's parlay of the day. We're going to keep posting these and showing these results because we don't get tired like Kevin Gates, and we ain't never scared like Bone Crusher. We ain't new to this, we true to this, y'all. Now do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button and do it for the sake of the parlay. All right, so yesterday, you can see here's the results of yesterday's ticket. We only went 3 out of 8, which is not very good at all, but you know we ain't gonna stop. All right, so I'm definitely going to review each pick and let you know my thoughts, because these reviews are going to be really important for those gamblers out there, so you can have notes for your next bets, whether they be the next day, next week, or just next time in general, so you can have that knowledge. So let's start off with the positive notes. We were right on 3 picks. The first one was the Carolina Hurricanes winning on the puck line against the Ottawa Senators. The Hurricanes wound up winning 2-1 in Ottawa, and I was right about this pick because I knew the Hurricanes were the better team. It's just that they were playing in Ottawa, and that alone let them be a slight underdog. However, I knew there was value in picking the Hurricanes, and I was right. They wound up not only covering the puck line for us, but they won outright on the money line. So that's why that was a really good pick. And now they're up 3-0 in their series. Next, we were right in the Pittsburgh Pirates game versus the Texas Rangers. And I was right about this. Jacob deGrom is literally one of the best pitchers in baseball, and he pitched lights out. He had 10 strikeouts in 5.2 innings and only gave up 1 run. And the Rangers wound up winning the game 6-1. We took the under 8. Hey, that's only 7 runs total, so it went green for us. But like I said, these are good spots to target because he usually pitches lights out when he's healthy, and he'll have a game just like he just had. So I like to target Jacob deGrom and his unders when he's pitching going forward. Next, Julius Randle came through for us, and he got exactly 6 rebounds against the Denver Nuggets last night. And the Timberwolves actually wound up winning 113-96. So he got what he averaged all year. So that just tells me that, you know, he might be reliable to get around that going forward. However, it doesn't look like he's going to get much more than that since he got 6 exactly, and that's been his average all year. But anyway, regardless, he went green for us, so I'm real cool with that. On the first games we were wrong about was this Colorado Avalanche and LA Kings game not going under 5.5. It wound up being 4-2. The Avalanche won 4-2, and this game was close pretty much all throughout the game, but it even says right here that the Avalanche got a pair of lucky goals. So this goes to tell me that this was just like a one-off event, especially since the under missed by half of a goal. This game was low scoring throughout, and I expect this next game to be like the first 2 games and be very low scoring. The Avalanche are just very dominant, and the Kings also have a very good defense, but like it says here, they got 2 lucky goals, so that wound up being the difference of our bet not hitting. So we did lose this bet. Next, we were wrong about the Minnesota Twins winning on the run line against the New York Mets. Now, this was an extremely high scoring game, and the Twins lost 8-10. So it's very close on hitting the run line, but this is exactly like this Colorado Avalanche game. We were 1 run off, and John Ryan, he pitched okay. He gave up 4 earned runs and got 5 strikeouts in 5 innings. And the Mets starting pitcher, Scott, he only pitched for 1 inning, and then they had 6 pitchers pitch for the Mets. So it was a bullpen game, and their bullpen looked like they did pretty okay, and they got the win. So yeah, we're just 1 off on this run line bet, but I'll look to bet the Twins in the future because they are the better team. All right, next we were wrong about Brandon Ingram recording 3 or more assists. He wound up having 2 assists, along with 12 points and 3 rebounds, but it's been a very disappointing series so far for Brandon Ingram, and 3 assists is pretty low, and people were originally comparing him to Kobe earlier in his career. He's moved around a lot. I just expected him to be more active in the game and also get his teammates involved, but the Raptors wound up winning 126-104, so hey, it's a win, and we're just mad that he didn't win for us in our bet. But I do like him to get at least 3 in the next games. He's a very active player, and I expect him to have a better game in their next one against Cleveland. Next, we were wrong in another disappointment. We took Josh Hart to record 20-plus points and rebounds, and Josh Hart had a really good defensive game. He had 9 rebounds and 6 assists and 2 points, and I just thought in 40 minutes of play, he would be able to get at least 10 points for us so we could win our bet, but that didn't happen. And I really thought after Monday's performance of scoring 15 points and 13 rebounds, he might be able to duplicate that. But he wasn't. And like I said, it just looks like he's a hustle player. He's all over the court. And I didn't watch this game, but I'm guessing he just didn't get a lot of scoring opportunities. But he did play the most. He tied for the most minutes out of the whole team. So he's really been on the court a lot. So that's why I like targeting his props. And I look to do that in their next game. Because now that the Knicks lost this game last night, 108-109, they're down 2-1, so they really will be playing Josh a lot going forward. Next, we took Cam Johnson to record 10-plus points, and he only recorded 6 points in 24 minutes in the Nuggets' very disappointing loss to the Minnesota Timberwolves. I just thought Cam would get a lot of opportunities being one of the starters, but he only wound up playing 24 minutes and had a very mediocre game and a loss. So he's actually not somebody I'm going to be planning on targeting in the future. Obviously, Jokic and Jamal Murray had a very good game. Also, my man Tim Hardaway Jr. came, so he's somebody I might be targeting next game as well. He's a pure scorer coming off the bench, and he's been in the league for a minute. So those are the type of players I like to target when I'm choosing prop totals. All right, and let's go over our alternate line suggestions from yesterday. And this is probably the best and most important part of this segment when you're making your parlays. All right, first we took the under 9.5 in the Pittsburgh and Texas game. Texas wound up winning 6-1. Okay, so that was good for our original bet of under 8. So it's good for our bet of under 9.5 too. We give ourselves a little bit more cushion, but we gave up some odds, but it still would have been a good bet for your parlay. Next is a very, very important analysis. In our original parlay of the day, we took the under 5.5, but I suggested as an alternate line taking the under 6.5 in the Colorado at LA Kings playoff game in hockey. Okay, the game wound up being 4-2. So our original bet of under 5.5 was not good for our parlay. But if you took our alternate line suggestion, that's the difference between going red and green. Okay, that's why this alternate line segment is very important. It's very important to understand how these alternate line work. Our under 5.5 did not hit, but if you would have took an alternate line of 6.5, you would have won your bet, especially when in the game summary, they say they scored 2 lucky goals. So this was a very unlucky hit, not hitting this under 5.5. Lastly, we took the Carolina Hurricanes to score on the puck line 2.5 goals. They won outright, so it's not much this one. We didn't need the 2.5 goals. They won outright, so that was a very good pick. And puck line picks are very good because not only can your team win by obviously winning the game, but you can also win if it's a close game. So when your pick on the puck line wins on the money line, that's a very good pick. And before we give y'all today's parlay of the day, I just want to let y'all know that we specialize in parlays, but not only just parlays, but 8-leg parlays. And that's why we call it the octopus. The octopus is the 8-leg parlay, all right? And that 8-leg parlay is that raw parlay ticket. And what we want to do is turn that parlay ticket, that octopus, into some calamari, all right? So we can cook it, let our parlay cook, and we can all eat good when it go green, all right? Now here's today's parlay of the day. First, we're going to take the Montreal Canadiens on the puck line at plus 1.5 versus the Tampa Bay Lightning. Then we're going to take the alternate line of over 5.5 goals in the Edmonton versus the Anaheim Ducks game. Then we're going to take the under 8.5 in the Athletics versus Texas Rangers game. Then we're going to take the under 9 in the Chicago Cubs versus LA Dodgers. Then we're going to take the under 4.5 in the first 5 innings of the Pittsburgh Pirates versus the Milwaukee Brewers game. Then we're going to take the San Antonio Spurs on the money line in the NBA. Then we're going to take DJ Edgecombe to get 5+ rebounds. Then we're going to take the over 7.5 to the alternate line versus with Washington Nationals versus Chicago Cubs. First, we're going to take the Montreal Canadiens to win 1.5 on the puck line. Montreal is the last team to win for Canada in the Stanley Cup playoffs in 33 years. They haven't won since 1993. This game is being played in Montreal. I really like the Canadiens to win or at least cover on the puck line. This game is really like their Super Bowl in Montreal. And it's going to be all or nothing for the Canadiens. They're really trying to win. I feel like they're more motivated than the Tampa Bay Lightning. Even though the Tampa Bay Lightning statistically might be the better team, I like Montreal to at least keep it close and could possibly win outright on the money line. But we'll take them on the puck line for plus 1.5.
Next, we're going to take the alternate line of over 5.5 in the Edmonton Oilers versus Anaheim Ducks game. I expect this game to be just like last game. A lot of goals scored, bad defense, and a lot of offensive production. All right, and we're taking the alternate line just in case anything fluky happens. I expect both teams to have great offensive games, and I expect this game to go over. And we're taking the alternate line of 5.5 because the posted line is 6.5, and 5.5 is better for the sake of our parlay. We're going to take the under 8.5 in the Athletics versus Texas Rangers game. Luis Severino and Nathan Eovaldi are two really good pitchers. And as you can see here, the under 8.5 is minus 120. Also, thanks to the action report, I have a free report, and all the signals are pointing to the under in this matchup, especially with this winning system of contrarian unders for winning teams. So the combination of them being good pitchers and this free action report system, I like the under to hit in this game, especially with Oakland's weak offense. I'm going to take the under 9 in the Chicago Cubs versus Los Angeles Dodgers game. We have Talion pitching against Sheehan, and I have another free report from the Action Network, who provide very good reports for free, and then sometimes they have the paid action reports. And this one is showing two signals to the under, and I like to trust them on their reports. So yeah, I like the under in this game. Alright, we're going to see how effective this action report is, but yeah, sometimes you don't have to have too much analysis. If somebody else says the under and it's a paid report, I'm going to use it. And so I'm going to take the under and see what happens in this game. Alright, and next we're going to take the under 4.5 runs in the Pittsburgh Pirates versus the Milwaukee Brewers. I really like Paul Skeens and Brandon Woodruff. They're actually some of the best pitchers in the MLB. This is a combination of two of the best pitchers pitching at Milwaukee, and I like them to have a very good first 5 innings both. And I'm choosing the first 5 innings because I don't trust their bullpens, but I do like them. Alright, and they are elite pitchers, and I expect them to perform well and hit this under 4.5 in the first 5 innings for it. Next, we're going to take the Spurs on the money line, and I like this for a lot of reasons, but especially Wemby's playing tonight. Alright, Wemby's playing tonight, and that's not factored into the line because his status was unknown up until just a little bit ago. And I feel like the Spurs team with Wemby playing against the Portland Trailblazers, I feel like not only are they going to cover their spread of minus 2.5 points, but they're going to beat them by a lot more and outright with a full squad. So I really like them to bounce back and win this game after Wemby leaving last game with a concussion, but he is playing, and a healthy Wemby and this team, they are going to blow out the Portland Trailblazers. Alright, next we're going to take DJ Edgecombe to get 5+ rebounds in that game tonight against the Celtics, and I like Edgecombe to get 5+ rebounds because he really balled out last game, scored 30 points and 10 rebounds, and I feel like he can repeat the same performance tonight. He's the starter. He's going to be getting a lot of minutes. This is playoff basketball, and he's a young player that's really trying to prove himself, so I do think that he could repeat his performance from last game, and he should at least get 5+ rebounds for the sake of our parlay. Lastly, we're going to take the over 7.5 runs in the Washington Nationals versus Chicago White Sox game. And I'm taking this because, for a lot of reasons, it's two left-handed pitchers starting again. I don't know them, and honestly, I looked at the data. It looks like they're trying to have a bullpen game for the Washington Nationals, and that's also never good. So it'll be a lot of volatility in this game, and I like this game to at least score 7.5 runs, but it's going to be multiple pitchers playing for both teams. So yeah, this over 7.5 should hit very easily.
As far as the alternate lines for tonight, just look at our parlay and try to get a better number than we did. For example, for this Chicago Cubs and the Los Angeles Dodgers game, the posted total is under 9 runs. So what you want to do is, if you can get a better number, like get like under 11 runs, all right, you can get a better number. And then just remember, with that better number, you're giving up odds. So it's not going to be as big of a payout. Under 11 runs is minus 275, and the posted under is minus 110. Okay, so there you have it. That's today's parlay of the day with a few alternate line suggestions. Thank you for watching the video. We'll be back tomorrow with another video. And just remember, winners never quit. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, and one good parlay can make your day. All right, good luck, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow with another video and a parlay of the day.